Welcome of all students of first year BSc class. In previous lecture, we have studied van der Waals equation and also thermal equilibrium. In this lecture, we are going to see zeroth law of thermodynamics. What is zeroth law of thermodynamics? When a hot body, suppose this is body A and this is body B. Body A is hot and body B is cold body. Now in zeroth law what happen? When a hot body is brought in contact with cold bodies B, heat flows from hot body to cold body, and after some time the flow stops. Then it is found that the bodies are then said to be in thermal equilibrium with each other when the temperature of both the bodies are same. Do you understand what I say? When a hot body, suppose A, is brought in thermal contact with a cold body B, here heat flows from body A to body B, and after some time the flow stops. When the flow stops, then it is found that temperature of both the bodies are same. That means we can say that the bodies are then said to be in thermal equilibrium with each other. Okay. So we are going to state the zeroth law of thermodynamics. Statement of zeroth law of thermodynamics. There is a simple statement for zeroth law of thermodynamics. If two bodies A and B are separated from each other with from each other in thermal equilibrium. This word is very important. In thermal equilibrium with the body C, then body A and body B are also in thermal equilibrium with each other, This is a very simple statement. See here, suppose this is insulating portion, this is a body core. See here, there are two bodies, body A and body B, and these two bodies are separated from each other. Now we are going to consider another body C. See here, when though body A and B are separated from each other by insulating part, then there is no exchange of energy between A and B. But when there is a conducting material between A and C and between B and C, it is found that in exchange of energy between A and B and between A and C is possible, and hence if two bodies, body A and B, are separated from each other in thermal equilibrium with the third body means what? There is a thermal contact between A and C and between B and C. Then A and B, both the bodies are also in thermal contact with each other. Okay. In this way, we can state a zeroth law of thermodynamics in this manner. Okay. Now, if we remove the insulating material between A and B, that means here again consider two systems A and B. Okay. Here in first case, what happened? In first case, A and B are insulated from each other, but in good thermal contact with common system C. C is common for A and B. Then system A and B will attain thermal equilibrium with third bodies as shown in this figure. But in next case, now if we remove the insulating part between A and B, or we replace the insulating part by conducting material, that means what happen? A is brought in thermal contact with body C. We find that there is no further change. This means that A and B are also in thermal equilibrium with one another, and this is known as zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay. Conversely, the zeroth law of thermodynamics can be stated like this, or general statement of zeroth law of thermodynamics: if three or more systems are in thermal contact each to each by means of diathermic or conducting material or conducting walls, and all are in thermal equilibrium together. What I say, if three or more systems are in thermal contact each to each by means of diathermic or conducting walls, and all are in thermal equilibrium together, then any two systems taken separately are in thermal equilibrium with one another. This is the general statement of zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay. Now we are going to see the next part of the chapter, thermodynamic processes. Next point. Thermodynamic process. But first of all, we have to see what is process. What is process? Process means what? See here, when a change of state of system takes place, the system is said to be undergoes a process. What I say? When a change of state of system takes place, then system is said to be undergoes a process. Make concentration. This is very important word. Process is very important. And what is process? Process is nothing but when a change of state of system takes place, then the system is said to be undergoes a process. A thermodynamic process is said to be taking place if variable of the system changes with time. Okay? I am going to repeat. A thermodynamic process is said to be taking place. Thermodynamic process केव्हा घडून येते? If variable of the system changes with time. Means what? Thermodynamic process केव्हा घडते? जेव्हा त्या सिस्टीमचे व्हेरिएबल हे वेळेनुसार बदलतात. ओके. देर आर फोर thermodynamic process. There are four thermodynamic process. First one is isothermal. thermodynamic process. Second one is adiabatic thermodynamic process. Third one is isobaric thermodynamic process, and last fourth is isochoric thermodynamic process. Now we are going to study one by one. Iso means same and thermal means temperature. Firstly, first process, isothermal process. Isothermal process. Okay. See here, a thermodynamic process that takes place at constant temperature is known as isothermal process. Iso means same and therm means temperature. If the temperature of the system and surrounding are same, even though there is a change in the state of the system, then the process is said to be isothermal process. Or in short, a thermodynamic process that takes place at constant temperature is called isothermal process. For isothermal process, change in temperature, that is dT is equal to 0, or simply T is equal to T, temperature is equal to constant. This is very important. That means what? When isothermal process takes place, at that time change in temperature is 0. Or in a simple word, when isothermal process takes place, temperature of the system remains constant. Temperature of the system and surrounding remains constant. Or in a simple word, a thermodynamic process that takes place at constant temperature is called isothermal process. In order to understand this isothermal process, consider a system. And we know that system is nothing but a finite amount or finite quantity of matter enclosed in a cylinder fitted with frictionless and movable piston. Now here, if a system is perfectly conducting means what? Suppose the side walls and material of the piston are insulating material or non-conducting material, while the base of the system is perfectly conducting material. And when we kept this system on source of heat, and source of heat, remember that if P1, V1 and T1 are the temperature of the system and temperature of the source is T2. Here T1 is less than T2. Okay. But when we place the system on the source, what happen? The temperature, heat absorbed by the system from the source through base only, and after some time heat flow stops, expansion of the gas takes place, but it is found that after some time when heat of flow is stopped, then temperature of the system and surrounding are same. Okay. And such type of change or such type of process is nothing but isothermal process. Okay. This change can be shown graphically. If pressure is taken along y-axis and volume is taken along x-axis. Suppose at point A, at point A, P1 is the pressure and V1 is the volume of the system. And when pressure on the piston is so, after keeping the system on the source, pressure on the piston is so adjusted that volume of the system goes on increasing. But pressure of the system goes on decreasing. Pressure decreases. Pressure, suppose here P1 is the pressure, and when the state is occur, A is the initial state where thermodynamic parameters are P1 and V2, and when heat is absorbed by the system from the surrounding, what happen? Expansion of the gas takes place, and during the expansion, volume, suppose this is V1 volume of the system increases from V1 to V2, and therefore at point B pressure is P2. There is a decrease in pressure. Pressure decreases from P1 to P2 and volume increases from V1 to V2. So P2, V2 are the thermodynamic variable or parameters at point B. Okay. If during the change, though there is a change in pressure and volume of the system, but whole change takes place at constant temperature, such a type of change is called, or such a type of process is called isothermal process. Okay. Now, if we put this system on the sink whose temperature is T2. Here temperature of the system is T1 and temperature of the sink is T2. Temperature of the system is high and temperature of the sink is low. When pressure on the piston is increases, what happens? Compression of the gas takes place, and during the compression, suppose here this is the initial state of the system where pressure volume of the system is V1 and pressure of the system is P1. Okay. When we increase the pressure, that means what happens? When we increase the pressure, compression of the gas takes place. And during the compression, volume is decreases from V1 to V2 and pressure is increases from P1 to P2. So at final stage or final state, pressure is P2 and volume is V2. And when compression is completed or when we reach to final state, then as there is a thermal contact or perfectly conducting material or diathermic material between system and surrounding, after some time it is found that temperature of the system and surrounding remains constant. And such a type of change is called isothermal change. But if there is expansion, then it is nothing but isothermal expansion. And if there is a compression, then it is called isothermal compression. Now here it should be remembered that, or it is very important, during expansion, what happens? During expansion, system absorbs heat from the source and expansion of the gas takes place. And in expansion, volume increases from P1 to V2 and pressure decreases from P1 to P2. Pressure decreases, volume increases and pressure decreases. Volume increases from V1 to V2 and pressure decreases from P1 to P2. And here work is done by the gas, work is done on the gas, work is done by the gas on the piston. Work is done by the gas on the piston. Whereas in compression or isothermal compression, what happens? At constant temperature, there is a decrease in volume. Volume decreases from V1 to V2. There is a decrease in volume, but pressure increases from P1 to increases from P1 to P2. And here compression of the gas takes place. During the compression of the gas, work is done by the piston on the gas. This is very important. In compression, work is done on the system, and in expansion, work is done by the system. So, on the system and by the system, work is done on the system and work is done by the system. This is very important. Work is done on the system in isothermal compression at constant temperature. Work is done by the system in isothermal expansion at constant temperature. So, these two changes, isothermal expansion and isothermal compression, are very important, and these changes takes place at constant temperature. That means, in a simple word, change in temperature is always 0 or T is equal to constant, and such type of changes are nothing but, or such type of process are nothing but isothermal process. Now, second process, adiabatic process. Adiabatic process. In adiabatic process, there is only one change. See here. This is the change. Now here, what happens? When walls of the cylinder along with base as well as material of the cylinder are perfectly insulating. What I say? Wall of the cylinder as well as, wall of the cylinder along with base and material of the piston are perfectly insulating. And if we take 1 mole of a perfect gas inside the cylinder, if initially pressure of the gas is P1, volume of the gas is V1 and temperature of the gas is T1. Okay. Now, if we adjust the pressure on the piston so that piston is moving in outward direction, and when piston is moving in outward direction, what happens? Volume increases from V1 to V2. See here. This is the change. Here at point A, pressure is P1, volume is V1. Here pressure is P1. And at final stage, pressure is P2 and volume is V2. See here. When system is isolated from the surrounding, in a simple word, system is isolated from the surrounding means what? There is no thermal contact between system and surrounding. Okay. And in that case, if we adjust the pressure on the piston, we can adjust the pressure on the piston so that expansion of the system takes place. That's expansion of the system takes place means what? That means what? The pressure on the piston is so adjusted that piston can move in outward direction. And when piston is moved in outward direction, then suppose the final state, initially volume of the system is V1 and finally volume of the system is V2. That is what? Expansion of the takes place. Same picture or same process is shown in this diagram. That is, this is the graphical change. At initial state, pressure of the gas is P1 and volume of the gas is V1. When we adjust the pressure on the piston and expansion of the system takes place, volume increases from V1 to V2 and pressure is decreases from P1 to P2. But as there is no thermal contact between system and surrounding, this change takes place on the worth of its internal energy. That means what happens when this change takes place, internal energy of the gas is utilized. Okay, and now here, as there is no thermal contact between system and surrounding, in isothermal expansion, temperature is always decreases from T1 to T2. Okay, and at point B, pressure is P1, volume is V1 and temperature is T1. And at point P2, V2 and T2. And at point A, pressure of the gas is P1, volume of the gas is V1, temperature of the gas is T1. In isothermal change, whole change takes place at constant temperature, and here when expansion or compression takes place, obviously as system is totally isolated from the surrounding, temperature of the system falls in adiabatic expansion. On the other hand, temperature of the system increases. There is increase in temperature in adiabatic compression. That is, compression is exactly opposite to expansion. Okay. Now, here this is called adiabatic curve or simply adiabatic. Okay. And in adiabatic change, T1 is less than T2. But whole when change takes place, remember that though there is a expansion or though there is a compression, adiabatic expansion or adiabatic expansion, what happens? It should be remembered, there is no change in heat of the system. Why? Because neither heat is given to the surrounding nor heat is taken from the surrounding, nor heat is given by the system to surrounding, nor heat is taken by the system from surrounding. That means this change takes place at constant heat. So, as change in heat is 0, obviously Q is equal to constant, and this is happen only in adiabatic process. Now, if change in heat is 0, we know that first law of thermodynamics. What is the first law of thermodynamics? First law of thermodynamics, mathematical expression of first law of thermodynamics, which you studied in 12th science, is that dq is equal to du plus dw. Dq is equal to du plus dw, where du is the change in internal energy and dw is the work done. As in in adiabatic change in heat is 0, that means 0 is equal to du plus dw, or simply du is equal to minus dw. That means what happens? In adiabatic change, work is done. When work is done, at that time internal energy is used. In adiabatic expansion, internal energy uses by the system in order to move the piston in outward direction. At that time, work is done on the gas. Work is done by the gas. When internal energy decreases, at that time work is done by the gas. So, in a simple word, in adiabatic compression, internal energy increases, change in internal energy increases, and work is done on the gas, or work is done on the system. Where in adiabatic expansion, internal energy of the system goes on decreasing, and piston is moving in outward direction. Here in compression, piston is moving in inward direction, compression of the gas takes place, internal energy of the gas goes on increasing, and work is done on the system or on the gas. While in adiabatic expansion, internal energy goes on decreasing. As internal energy decreases, obviously piston is moving in outward direction. For that purpose, internal energy is used, and so that work is done. Work is done by the gas, or work is done by the system. This is a very interesting one. Now, last 2 points. Isobaric process. In isobaric process, isobaric, constant pressure. A definition is very simple. If a system undergoes a change in which pressure is kept constant, the process is called isobaric. If pressure, though there is a change in volume changes, volume may changes from V1 to V2, temperature may changes from T1 to T2 and vice versa, but pressure remains constant. And if a system undergoes a change in pressure, a system undergoes a change in which the pressure is kept constant. That is what, at constant pressure, volume of the system may changes, temperature of the system may changes. Such a process is called isobaric process. That means in isobaric process, change in pressure is equal to 0, or simply P is equal to constant. Okay. Suppose Q is the amount of heat absorbed by the system at constant pressure. And suppose its volume increases from V1 to V2. Then, according to first law, or then from first law of thermodynamics, we have Q is equal to change in internal energy, that is U2 minus U1. This is the change in internal, that is du, plus P V1 minus V2 minus V1. Okay. What is first law of thermodynamics? dQ is equal to du plus dW. And amount of heat absorbed from the system, amount of heat Q is absorbed by the system from the surrounding, that is Q. And when such Q is the amount of heat absorbed by the system at constant pressure, what happens? Volume increases from V1 to V2. And according to first law, we have Q is equal to U2 minus U1, that is, this is change in internal energy. Okay. So, from this we can write U2 plus PV2 or U1 minus U1 plus P1 V1, or simply we can write this one, U2 is equal to PV2 minus U1 plus P1 V1 or P1. Okay, this is nothing but H2 minus H1, where H is, okay, here remember that here H is nothing but U plus PV. This is nothing but the enthalpy, or it is called heat function. This is called, H is called enthalpy or heat function. Okay. Now the last process, isochoric process. In isochoric process, change in volume is equal to 0, that is phi is equal to constant. Or in a simple word, if a system undergoes a change in which volume kept constant, then such a process is called isochoric process. साध्या भाषेत सिस्टीममध्ये बदल होत असताना व्हॉल्यूम हा जर कॉन्स्टंट राहत असेल तर त्यावेळेस जो जी प्रोसेस घडते तिला म्हणायचं isochoric process. Okay, at constant volume, remember that at constant volume, that is V is equal to constant, no external work is done. No external work is done, that means what? dW, change in work done is 0. And if change in work done is 0, then according to first law of thermodynamics, dq is equal to du plus 0, because change in work done is 0 when pressure of the process is constant. And when, obviously, when work done is 0, then amount of heat absorbed by the system is totally utilized to change its internal energy. That means when volume is kept constant, there is no external work done. That means dW is equal to 0, and when work done, no external work done is 0, that at that time total heat absorbed by the system is totally utilized in order to change in its internal energy. Thus, the increase in the internal energy of the system is equal to increase or decrease in internal energy of the system is equal to heat absorbed or rejected by the system at constant volume. The work done is, and here it is remember that the work done in isochoric process, is 0. Okay. In this way, we studied all thermodynamic process. In next lecture, we will study indicator diagram and work done during isothermal change. Till then, we shall stop here. Have a good day. Thank you.